All right, gentlemen, we're gonna switch things up just a bit here, and talk about the two related topics of the president's approval rating and the economy. So let's do it. First, a new survey from the good folks at Emerson. 108, please. President's job approval. Again, it's a reality of Donald Trump. Floor and ceiling, floor and ceiling. His disapproval has been as low as 41, as high as 48. His approval over this is since this term, as high as 49 and as low as 45. So within that narrow band right now, he's not at his absolute lowest, but close to it. But still, in the divisive age in which we live, a 48% disapproval rating ain't the worst. And of course, the Democratic Party's numbers are not great either. 109. The president's approval rating on Israel has improved, and Hamas on the war has improved dramatically. Perhaps no surprise there. It used to be 41 disapproval, now it's 47 approval. And Ukraine continues to be a problem for the president with disapproval now at 50%, although down from 52 in April. The economy.
And by the way, that approval on Israel, it's independence. That moved almost 2-1.
Yep, exactly. Thank you for pointing that out. Continue to be confused by the economy. On any given week, you can cite 10 positive signs, 10 negative signs. The uncertainty over tariffs, over China, uncertainty over AI, whether it's a bubble, a mirage, a driver of new jobs, a killer of jobs, lots of uncertainty. So, Sean, just your best analytics is where's the president in his approval rating, and where's the economy?
I mean, I think where he is on his approval rating, we talk about Israel 2 seconds. You do something historic, your approval rating will go up. Shocker. You do something. So I think if Ukraine ends up moving in a positive direction in terms of peace, he will get a bump out of that too. But I think, look, we've seen this over the last 10 years. There's a band, there's a floor and a ceiling, as you mentioned, and he's going to get somewhere in there the whole time. His approval rating is very strong among Republicans, as Dan pointed out on Israel, but I think that's overall. The independents is where you're going to find any kind of the movement. Democrats will continue to not like him. Republicans really strongly like him. And where you see that tick up or down is going to be whether independents love him or hate him on any particular issue. So as he gets victories, it'll notch up. As things, are problematic domestically or internationally, it'll pop down. But again, we're talking about a very small band. Where the economy is, I think it's where it's been for the last few months. There's some signs of concern, but I believe that long-term wise, in terms of the efforts of investment that the president has yielded from all of these companies saying they're going to invest, even if a fraction of them pay out in the next year or two, I think this is going to pay off well for him. And as interest rates continue to tick down, remember the Fed has signaled 2 additional quarter point, 25-point basis cuts. That will continue to stimulate the economy. The stock market continues to be strong. So I think, look, some little small issues here, but generally speaking, pretty good.
Danny Boy, the pipes are calling.
Oh, boy.
You've been less bullish on the economy in general than Sean is, but not crazily bearish. So where do you see both the president's public opinion standing and the economy as we head into the end of this year and into Q1?
I think it's the word you kept using, which is uncertainty. And I think that's the issue. Voters, Sean, you've always said this. It's not a question of what the statistics say, but what voters feel. Voters feel uncertain. It's not, I think we hear it on this platform. People are giving Trump the chance. I think they're rooting for him to be successful, for the country to be successful, but they don't feel it yet. And the challenge for Trump is, by all accounts, part of the focus on crime this fall was because they wanted to shift the subject. Now he's focused a lot on overseas stuff, and he is racking up successes. But as Joe Biden found out, as George H.W. Bush found out, the history of foreign affairs, all politics is local. At the end of the day, are you making my life better? He got elected because people thought he would be better on inflation, better on the economy. If you look under the hood of this stuff, he's slipping with Latinos, he's slipping with blacks, he's slipping with independents. Now, Democrats aren't gaining. That's our problem, right? We're so focused on Trump derangement syndrome, or with Trump derangement syndrome, that we're not seizing this opportunity. The danger for him.
Did you listen to my monologue on Next Up by any chance?
I did. Okay. It was great. I mean, you were right.
Just wondering. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. And I think I've been pretty consistent about this. So I think the challenge for Trump is you can only not talk about this for so long. And you can only keep moving goalposts for so long before voters may say, I'm going to give them a chance because it's going to be divided government. And I don't necessarily like the uncertainty that permeates out there.
Yeah, I wasn't saying you stole off the monologue. I was just wondering because I was just basically saying I agree with you. It's hard. They're so addicted to being anti-Trump
Correct.
that they're not debating issues even amongst themselves or putting forward positions.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.